And her topic is going to be leaving a legacy or building a legacy. I love that. Are you in a position to leave a legacy for your children? Have you created a foundation or started them on the path of generational wealth? And for me, having 6 kids, the answer is yes. She's a mother of 5. She's a grandmother of 6. So she's past me. I got 6 kids, but I don't have any grandkids yet. Thank goodness, by the way. She's a woman of God, a co-pastor of Temple of Faith in Texas with her husband. She is a business owner of Faith Christian Academy, Events by Kathy, the Killing Group Real Estate Investments. So she's got multiple streams of income. She's got a nonprofit. She always says, God comes first. Without him, I would not be where I am. I love that. She's always talked about generational wealth. Her entire family has started trading, which a lot of people cannot say that, which is awesome. She is known as the creator of ECC 11, which is found in the Good Book, talking about how foreign trade is something that we need to do and get into that's good for us. So she has created a product so simple that even children are using it. Now, that doesn't mean that we have signed up, quote, people under 18, but even a child can use this. And so everybody should be able to trade in these markets. And this product does exactly that. So what I want to do, guys, is I want you to go ahead and inside the chat box, I want you to give it up for Dr. Kathy Kirkland. Kathy, I'm going to go ahead and make you a co-host and let me know if you can hear it. First of all, Kathy, I get her trades every night. Obviously, you guys know I do HFX. My focus is binary, but hey, I still got my regular Forex stuff going, MetaTrader 4, taking trades, and Dr. Kathy has been Mrs. Consistency. That's what I can say. She's been Mrs. Consistency. We're super grateful for you. So let me know if you can hear me, Kathy, on your end.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
All right, awesome. I'm excited to have you here. So take it away.
Okay, I can't unmute the video. It said the video won't come on.
What I'll do is I'm going to make you the host and then just click on start video. Okay. You're the host now.
Still won't do it. Okay,
if it doesn't, then audio is good enough. If you can't get it to work, it's all good.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Brandon, for inviting me on. I really appreciate it. Okay, I think I can get it on now. And I really enjoyed what Chris talked about earlier and everything. And to be honest, Christopher Derrick was my first educator. When I got on, he was the first one that I got on and was able to make my first big move. I can, because of compliance, shout out to compliance. I was able to do multiple streams of income off of just starting out with him with a small amount. Now, for those that don't know, I am a co-pastor of a church here in Killeen, Texas, and I want to talk to you about leaving a legacy and building a legacy. Now, you may hear me talk about God and the Bible and Jesus, because this is how I got started. This is how you begin to do your legacy and everything. Just like Christopher Derrick, I had to change my mind. I went from being broke, busted, and disgusted to being set free. And I thank God so much for Brandon and his wife. They have been supportive of me and everything that I've done since for the past 2 years. And I built a relationship with them. And I'm so grateful, to them. I had the opportunity, and Chris didn't even know it, to finally meet and sit down and talk with him, who was in Trinidad, and got some gems from him, and let him know that he was my first educator. He was the first educator. So guys, when you join I Am Mastery Academy, this is going to help you not only build yourself up financially, but also leave a legacy for your children and your children's children. Now, my story is I used to be a real estate agent, and when the real estate market crashed back in 2008, my whole world crashed right along with it. I had 4 kids in college, a 4-year-old, a husband who just retired out of the military after 25 years of service, and we were down to nothing. We were down to nothing. We was about to lose the house that we're currently living in right now. We were about to lose that house and this house, and I was, we was trying to figure it out. We didn't know how to make money work for us in our sleep. And they said, if you don't learn how to make money in your sleep, then you will work until you die. And that became a reality because we had already retired at an early age, at around 40, 43. And so, so we had to find something out. And then, you know, I went to one of the events and everything, and I love the owner because he brought Main Street to Wall Street. He brought Main Street to Wall Street, and he had some of the same story that all of us had, you know, a few of us had, as far as being homeless, you know, part of his life, even into his adulthood, and how, you know, he said if he ever made it big, he would do that. He would bring Main Street to Wall Street. Now, I knew about foreign currency. I just didn't know how to make it work for me. And I didn't know how to make money work for me. I got 4 degrees, went to college, and I tell anybody, it took me 33 years to get a PhD. And so when I found out about this, it looks intimidating, but this is, I Am Mastery Academy teaches you how to get multiple streams of income along with how to create generational wealth with this thing. I got in the company and everything, and I came back. I was so excited trying to get all my friends and stuff in it. And sometimes you can't bring your friends along with you, and sometimes they have to see you first and everything. And then it just depends on you and your house, like Chris was talking about earlier. He said, you know, while things was happening, he had to make a decision to be able to do what he needed to do for his house altogether. So I came home and I was a little discouraged because my friends didn't want to join with me. Sometimes, you have to just step out on faith and do it yourself. And so I was discouraged, and I began to pray about it. And when I was praying and everything, and I was telling God, you know, we're about to lose this, we're about to lose that. I done worked 20 some years. I done gave up 20 years. I do not have another 20 years to give anybody to work the way that I did. I did everything I was told to do: go to school, get a good job, and then, you know, buy a house, go on a few vacations. You know, that's what I was taught. Go to school, get a good job. I went to school. I did that. It did not make me rich. It did not make me wealthy. It didn't teach me how to leave a good legacy other than go to school and get a good job. Now, I'm not knocking school or anything like that. But when I went to college, when I first went to college, I went in debt free. And I came out owing everybody. I went in debt free, came out in debt. This is the only educational platform that I know that you can go in debt and come out of debt. So when I read Ecclesiastes 11:1, the Good News Translation states about how it's good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. I knew then that I was in a man-made company with a God-written skill set, and I finally found out what the wealth transfer was. You know, for those that read the Bible and everything, it talks about the wealth transfer constantly. It talks about the wealth transfer over and over again. And then for years, I've been, what is the wealth transfer? What is it? And so when I read Ecclesiastes 11:1, and I found out that I was in a man-made company with a God-written skill set, I knew I couldn't lose. This is why Chris says, and I say, and Brandon, you can't do nothing without God. You cannot do nothing without God. It is written. So I had to go back and tell a few of my friends, hey, this is not a scam. It is written. This is written in the Bible. And so that I know that the only thing that, you know, that's the one thing that's going to last. So win or lose, I was all in. And sometimes you got to get all in. And right when you're starting to do good, I'm doing good. And you know, I got 2 streams of income coming in now. So I got my trading income. I got my building income. And then I'm going and I'm coming up in the ranks. And then I hit Chairman 10. And then life happened. Ecclesiastes 11:1, the Good News Translation. I hit Chairman 10, then life happened. Brandon knows what happened. You know, and some of you, and I tell you, I got hit with stage 3 cancer. And then I'm like, how? Why now? But the first thing that popped in my head, it wasn't the fact that I was scared that I was going to die or anything like that. I wasn't worried about that because I knew my work wasn't finished. You know for a fact that your work is not finished. If you don't have a legacy to leave behind with your children and your children's children other than bills, your legacy is not finished. So I got you know, X amount coming in, and you know, I'm a Chairman 10, you know, halfway to 25. I'm like, Chris, I'm halfway to 25. Chairman 25. Then I get busted, not busted. I fall all the way back down to platinum 2000. And at one point, then I began to get a little depressed because, okay, I'm fighting for my life. And now I need this extra income to pay for hospital bills. That's extra now that's coming out of my pocket. On top of that, you know, I don't have nothing to leave behind for my kids because I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. So I need to leave some cash behind, as well as, you know, a house that's worth, you know, moving and everything. And I'm telling you how I Am Mastery changed my whole life. How people like Brandon Boyd, Christopher Derrick changed my life. Jewel Tinker, Tamara Young, Lawrence Young, how they just changed my life. Got busted all the way down, or fell all the way down to the bottom. And it's like, okay, you know, instead of me dwelling on that, sick, getting up in the middle of the night, dragging myself into the office so that I could get online and teach people. So I can get online and pass it on, because I know one way that my name can live is through doing right by people and getting up and teaching them. If I could teach you how to trade and teach you how to build generational wealth, then my name would live forever. Even if I don't, my name will live forever. And then that will be powerful for my kids, you know, leaving it for them. And I knew I hadn't taught all of them how to do it. I couldn't get my boys to do it like they're supposed to do it. And then I'm going through treatments and going back and forth to the hospital and sitting up here muting you guys out while I'm over here puking up my guts, and like I'm determined to build this legacy. I'm determined to do it. You can't let nothing stop you from getting to where you need it to be. You can't type it in the chat, type a 7 in the chat. So you won't let nothing stop you from building a legacy. Your name is more precious than any bar of gold, any amount of cash that you have. Your name is precious when you begin to leave a legacy and build generational wealth that goes on for generation after generation after generation. One of the ways you can do that is by entering into foreign trade. I'm almost at Chairman 25. I'm almost at Chairman 25. And I'm struggling. You know, I'm going through in my body, I'm going through in my health, but I'm listening. I'm constantly getting on. You have to continue to do it. The more I work, the more I begin to bring it back. The more I begin to get it back. And then so I'm back at 10. I'm back at Chairman 10 now, but I'm still working to get it back. That's right, Chairman 750, Olivia, I feel you, because that's my end goal. And I'm like, Chris, I have a 5-year plan. And it ain't gonna take me 5 years to get there. Because sometimes your setbacks are real good for your comebacks. So I begin to work even more. I got all my boys trading. All of my girls are trading. My nephew came down from Alabama. He's in here trading. He is 17 years old. Setting him up. My niece is trading. I got my cousins trading now. Melanie's on here. She's trading. Tracy, she's trading. Got them on here trading now. And this is somebody who went from about to lose everything, including their house. Couldn't even afford a meal plan for my children while they were in college. I did a Facebook Live with my boys and they talked about their struggle. Couldn't even afford to feed them. My husband had to take a job overseas, work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week in 120-degree weather after he had already retired one time, just so that he can help provide for his family till I learned how to do this skill set. So don't let nothing or nobody stop you. You have to build a generational wealth. It starts in your house. And like Chris was saying earlier, it starts with you. You can't influence anybody outside if you don't start with you on the inside first. So I admonish you. It's good to be a trader. It's good to enter into foreign trade. But let me tell you something. When Jesus became on the scene, he was the best network marketer this world has ever seen. He started out with him. Then he got 12. And those 12 turned this world upside down. Me and my team, we're doing this thing called the 12th Project 12th. Jesus, it was Jesus first. Then he had 12. And though he found 12 leaders, and they turned this world upside down. Over 2,000 and some years ago, people are still talking about it. Listen, let me tell you something about I Am Master Academy. Sometimes, even in Ecclesiastes 11:1, it talks about that it's good to enter into foreign trade because after many, and after many days, it'll come back to you in profit. And you don't know what kind of bad luck this world is going to give you. Some people that you know are having a little bit of bad luck. And I can say this, Wanda Webb said it best. I Am Master Academy is not a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's none of that. It's none of the above. I can't say it's bailing people out. Because the people that I connected to it, it's bailing them out. Because you know why? You know why? Because it is giving them a skill set. So many millionaires and billionaires and so many brand new businesses pops up during times like this. You have to be creative. Chairman Elite, that is the top right now. I'm saying right now. We're in a $5 or $7 trillion a day industry. You can't tell me you can't get a couple of $1 million out of it. And we're on here because I'm concerned about you. I'm not concerned about the world, what it's going through. I'm not concerned about what's happening because there's nothing new under the sun. It keeps going around and around. Forex has been around since 4 AD. It first started in Jerusalem. It has been profitable for 2016 years. So this is why I'm not worried about the world, because the world done been here before. It's done been here before. Now, what I'm worried about is you, because you had been here before. So we're looking on your plate to make sure that you have more than enough. Not to find out how much you got on your plate. I could care less about how much you got on your plate, what you got, what you're working with, or any of that. I'm making sure that you got more than enough. And the way you make sure you got more than enough is you throw yourself into I Am Master Academy. We have so many things. When I found out that I had stage 3 cancer, I went from being at the bottom of the charts as far as the educational platform to the #1 educator in the company for 8 months in a row. It was in the top 5 for the past 2 years. I just recently pulled back so that I can help my team during a time like this, so that I can help my team make sure that they have more than enough, so that their family have more than enough, because I've been there. That's the only reason why I'm not on 5 days a week, 2 times a day. It's because if you can't take care of your own house, you can't go out and take care of nobody else's house. Now, it hurt me in my pocket on that end, but I know later on in the future end, I'm looking at future. I'm looking in the future. During that time, when a leader, we need more leaders in this company doing more than what they're doing. You have family members that need some help. You have friends that need this. Don't have them hopping into no circle, throwing $500 in there a week, hoping that they could walk away with $4,000. That's a scam. That's the scam. And all they got to do is invest $323 into an educational platform and learn how to make money work for you. That's gambling. You want to throw $500 in a circle and hoping that when it comes back to you, you're going to get $4,000, and people been winning. And ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's your thing, do your thing. But I'm talking about long-term wealth. Long-term wealth. I don't know how much, I think my time is almost up. But listen, guys, if you want to create generational wealth, pull your children in, pull your wife in, pull your husband in, get your neighbor, get a friend. Hey, come go to school with me. I want to learn this skill set. I found out that this is a God-written skill set. And when people say, no, no, it's not, yes, it is. Let me show you Matthew 25, where they talk about the talents. He's not talking about your gifts to sing, preach, or do dishes, or vacuum the floor, or usher, or anything like that. He's talking about money. He gave 1 10, 1 5, and 1 1. The one who had 10 went out, doubled his. He came back and he said, well done, my good and faithful servant. And he went into partnership with him. When you're in partnership with God and his word, you can't help but to be blessed. The one who had 5 talents did the same thing. And there's one. Type 1 in the chat. Everybody got that one uncle, that one aunt, that one child, that one nephew, that one niece. Everybody got that one. And that one who only had 1 talent took it and hid it. And the latter part of verse 27 in Matthew 25 and 27, he said, if you had gave my money to the exchangers, I could have came back for my reward, which the increase was the tithe. You can't forget about God when you start making your money. All he wants is the tithe. And the guy had nerve to say, I knew you would come back reaping where you have not sown. Genesis 22 talks about how he gives seed to the sower. He gave him the 1 talent. So how is he going to say that you will come back reaping where you hadn't sown? When I saw that, when God said that you should have put my money in with the exchangers, that confirmed Ecclesiastes 11 and 1. It is good to enter into foreign trade. Now, for those that don't want to give scripture and don't want to give Bible, because I get a lot of flack sometimes, and I could care less. 1 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Paul said, I practice in my trades daily. Out of the King James Version. Amplified Version. I practice in my trades daily so that I wouldn't be a financial burden unto the people, so that they will freely receive the gospel. So to me, this is gospel. I'm telling you God's word. This is what you need to do. And especially all those that believe and all those that are pastors, leaders, every leader. Come on, this word was built off the word of God. Every leader. You're a leader, you need to be trading. Every Fortune 500 company is backed by Forex. Your house should be a Fortune 500 company. And it should be backed by Forex. Your children should be backed by Forex. If you're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower, you have no business going to the bank borrowing nobody's money, because you're the bank. This is what I Am Mastery Academy teaches you. Like I said, I have been to school to get a good job. Now I am going to school, and I'm constantly in school. I am constantly in school with I Am Mastery Academy. I am learning something new every day. And I'm a teacher, but I'm a student all at the same time. So guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you for supporting the London payout. Thank you for supporting ECC 11. This is why I named ECC 11 after the word, Ecclesiastes 11 and 1. Because even if you lose a trade, it is still good to enter into foreign trade. Thank you so much for your time. Brandon, thank you. I love you and your wife. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Man, this was powerful. I was just trying to keep up with all the scriptures that you were quoting, because I like the scriptures myself, and I'm going to have to go and look some of those ones up that you quoted. That was amazing. Here's some of the things I wrote down and took away from this, guys. First of all, listen to this one. She hit chairman and then got cancer. Very few of us have any excuse. She got cancer. She came back. She's come all the way back. So if you take away anything from this, all of us on this call, we got stuff going on, right? Every one of us has got stuff going on. My own mother had cancer. I watched what it does to a person. And Dr. K is an absolute beast. The mere fact that she hit it, got cancer, has come all the way back. And I remember when she was getting on those sessions and how tired she was. And she did it again and again and again and again and again. Was one of the most consistent educators in the company. She said, you can't let, I mean, this is a direct quote from her. She said, you can't let nothing stop you from leaving a legacy. That's powerful, guys. You can't let nothing stop you from leaving a legacy. We did not get sent here to this earth to just pay bills and die. We were meant to make a contribution, make an impact, and leave a legacy.